Hey everybody, I'm Griffin, and this is Theta, and this is a death battle! No, that's not our intro. Welcome to Stone-Faced Reactions, where we watch videos and then don't react to them whatsoever. Hey everybody, welcome back to another Stone-Faced Reactions. I'm Griffin, that's Theta, and we are spinning the wheel. Wheel of Fortune. What are we gonna do today? Saitama versus Popeye. Well, that's gonna be a little one-sided.
Is it?
But I do get to choose, and
Yep.
I do think I'm going to choose Saitama.
Uh,
And that is, in fact, that should be a death battle, right? Yeah,
yep.
that's a death
Well,
battle.
red is death battle on here.
There we go.
I should have played the meta. Knowing who was going to win the first one, I should have played the meta so I could have picked the second one. Especially after how short the last one we did was. Well, I mean, I don't know that. Popeye is meta himself. It's not entirely impossible that Popeye... God, how would Popeye win this?
How does he win this? We're putting this on you
Yeah,
now.
I know. I was trying to start the bullshit train, but I can't figure out how to even power up the engines. It's, well, because I guess he has cartoon logic in his side. The thing is, we know Saitama is basically... This is basically a Superman versus Goku, right? And that Saitama
Well, it's basically a normal One Punch episode, right? We have a character who's super strong, who like has like some ups and downs. He goes down, he comes back up. He eats his spinach, and then he wins the fight. Saitama is an anti-joke. He walks in, he one punches, and he wins. There's nothing more to be said about it.
Well, I know that Saitama is super powerful. That's what I was about to get into. Is that literally every facet of him physically is super strong to the point where the strongest man in the universe came to Earth to find someone worthy to fight and got killed. But
He does
Popeye,
like 100 push-ups.
Popeye is a cartoon character. Like literally, he does like melt at some point and then like reform. Which is the only thing I can think of to defeat One Punch Man.
Oh my gosh, the research for Popeye's side is going to be absolutely ridiculous.
Well, yeah, I mean, before he was Popeye, he was literally an advertisement for the American Navy. God, I can't think of anything. I mean,
I pushed you into a corner. I'm sorry.
well, no, my problem here is that somebody thought this was an even match. That these two characters. See, the problem is I don't know how you stack Saitama against anybody. I would have thought Saitama versus maybe Superman.
I mean, that's even the point. Saitama doesn't stack with anyone. That's his whole character arc. He's tired of winning all the time, unlike me, because I wrote it into my contract now.
But I just don't. Somebody thought Popeye could stand to Saitama enough that they made an episode, which is why I'm trying to think of any Popeye feat. Maybe there was
23 minutes long.
Maybe there was a crossover episode of Popeye and Superman where they found out that Popeye could do something Superman couldn't or something.
He can crush a sun within his hands.
Well, to be fair, Saitama can't do that, so...
That's right, his hands aren't big enough.
Saitama has, like, infinite power, but only within the space that he can harness it, right? Like, he could fly through the moon because his body could physically pass through the moon. He couldn't squeeze the moon down into a diamond because he can't stretch his arms out that wide.
So there we go. So it's going to be all the weird powers Popeye has at his disposal to not get one-punched. Let's see how that turns out. Hey, it's a C-shirt.
I think I like the
battle.
sound behind it more. The kind of
yeah,
thing
I would. This.
Well, it's the kind of thing that I would used to use as the theme song to the stream.
quick, steal the theme song while they're not looking. They don't check these episodes.
I did used to.
Saitama,
that person caught me too.
One Punch Man.
Oh no.
The Sailor Man. East versus West. Old versus new. Healthy eating versus basic exercise. These two warriors may seem ridiculous, but their unassuming exteriors belie impossible strength. He's whiz and I'm boomstick.
Alright, so clearly they need to have an entire part of the fight where they're just inspecting their daily routine and comparing and contrasting.
Life is pain.
Well, at least we're starting with Saitama.
The challenges we
Yeah.
faced during our brief sojourn on
This is the part that should be
marvel are
very
what
clear.
make us human. They light a fire in our soul. They make it all worth something. Without them, we are lost.
Yeah, it's a little early in the day for an existential crisis, but luckily I came prepared.
For this failed
I
salary
don't
man,
know if
all
that's
it
a
took to get
real
that fiery passion back was to
thing
say
he was
this
watching on
butt
TV,
shit
or if
child
they
for a
edited that
crab
in, and
monster in underwear.
It's a
it
real
would just
show.
have fit.
This man
I know it is.
Well, yeah, he didn't watch
But
it. in.
Saitama sitting back and watching Gumball is exactly what One
He
Punch Man
didn't.
is about.
He didn't. That was a clip, obviously, of him watching King play a video game in his
so
apartment.
hard his frickin' hair
Oh,
fell
okay.
out.
Saitama's strength grew exponentially day by day, with the goal of becoming the greatest hero who ever lived.
And much to his horror, that's exactly what he got.
All it took was one punch.
You know, I don't think I've ever really heard his English voice.
Yeah, I'm just like suddenly taken aback a little bit.
The infamous Caped Baldy.
But anyone who's cool knows him as One Punch Man, as in he can't help but beat almost every opponent he's faced in exactly one punch. One friggin' punch! And this is a universe with some pretty
Oh, I love the throwback to the manga panels, which are just like so phoned in. It's
and can dump city-sized craters into the earth.
Or an Esper who can effortlessly pull giant meteors from outer space.
Or a Monster King who shaved off a continent from the Earth's surface and lifted it into the stratosphere. And Saitama's never even broken so much as a sweat fighting any of them.
During their battle,
Well, he did fight,
same
breaking a sweat
King
fighting
absorbed
a
this
mosquito
chunk of
once.
the Earth's core and fired it
If you
at
recall that.
Who blocked it
I
by
think we're gonna call that
lava
being
ash.
frustrated.
The lava he was
Yeah.
bathing in.
Yeah.
Well, he also never beat that one mosquito,
Surprise.
who got both hands, by the way.
Images just by hopping side to side, defeated a martial arts master with his butt, and survived the inhospitable vacuum of space after being kicked all the way to the moon and before jumping back to Earth in about 16 seconds. That's
Moon's a
8%
little bit out of
speed
alignment
light.
now.
Kinda like the time he blocked attacks from this alien dude who stated to move near light speed or punch so fast his fist starts to blue shift. You know, that thing that happens when you approach the speed of light?
Saitama utilizes his absurdly
Gotta love the
superhuman strength
Doppler
and
effect.
speed with techniques like his devastating normal punch. And if he wants to amp it up, the consecutive normal punches.
Are you kidding me? Those are his attack names? What kind of self-respecting anime protagonist is he?
Plain and simple, he's a satire of one. Instead of seeing his journey from the beginning and enjoying his struggle to the top, we join him when he's already there.
Basically, imagine if Goku went Super Saiyan in his fight against Jackie Chun. Kinda sucks all the drama out of it, doesn't
I mean, to be fair, most people know Goku from Dragon Ball Z. They never watched Dragon Ball, so
Saitama's life became
Which
an
is a shame, 'cause
existential
Dragon Ball is just so
nightmare.
much
Without
fun.
suitable content,
better than Dragon Ball
the
Z.
struggle that had heretofore defined him became meaningless. His new reality was inescapably boring.
Which is really saying something when he can decimate mountains without even hitting them, or shatter asteroids that rank a 9 on the Torino scale. For those not in the Torino, that's equal to 1 trillion tons of TNT. This guy's training must have been insane.
That would be 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, and a 10-kilometer run every
I almost
single
thought that
day.
was the character's English voice for a second.
You've got to be shitting me.
It doesn't make sense because it's not allowed to make sense. To be fair though, to someone who isn't already a trained soldier or athlete, keeping that workout routine every day for years is pretty much impossible.
While 100 push-ups and sit-ups are technically doable, especially if you space them out, doing 100 squats and then running half a marathon every single day would absolutely destroy your legs.
Put simply, effective workouts involve shredding muscle fibers at the micro level, then allowing them time to repair themselves more durable than before. This repair process requires hydration, consuming protein and carbohydrates, and lots of sleep.
But Saitama's workout.
Yeah, they are gonna cover like all the exercise and health and stuff this episode. This is gonna be great.
Just ripping himself to shreds over and over and
well, I think they're just covering why it was ridiculous and why the people in the universe thought it was ridiculous too.
Kept going.
There might be an explanation. Take the brilliant scientist Dr. Genus, whose half-century of research into evolution Saitama erased in, well, one punch. According to Genus's hypothesis, Saitama's training broke his limiter.
Basically, every living thing on Earth has a limit to their natural abilities. At some point, no matter how badass they are, they'll plateau. Wait a minute. Have I peaked?
Oh,
I gotta go to the gym.
Well, Saitama trains
Oh, I
so
see what
hard,
the.
he
So I haven't
literally
seen like the
defies
second
laws
season
of
at all, but I
nature
can see what
and
the story
reality.
is here.
He breaks the logic of his world.
He
crushes the
plateaus
entire
so
field of
early, he
evolutionary
immediately
biology
overcomes his
in the
pathetic
palm of his
limits.
hand.
And while he has stated
I
that his
doubt it.
strength did eventually stop
So you remember,
growing,
you saw the
for
first
years,
episode.
never gotten close to showing it off in full.
Before he's One
But when he
Punch Man,
fought
when
the
he's the
godlike
guy in the
alien
business suit,
conqueror, Lord Boros,
he
and
took out a
Apollo
monster on his
was
own
serious
without anything. He wasn't pathetic
punches
before he was
a
One Punch
little
Man.
harder than normal.
And reflected Boros' collapsing star roaring cannon. Now you see, that's an attack name. An
Yo,
energy
yeah,
blast
that's
that was
awesome.
going to blow up the friggin' planet. That's over 50 zetatons of TNT. Like a quadrillion of the world's strongest nukes going off.
Now,
at once.
this is
Despite
where
his
we'd have to do a
obvious
throwback
and
of what does it mean
overwhelming
to
power,
destroy
Saitama's
the Earth.
accomplishments were never officially recognized, as if
Well, the
no
number
one
of
in
nukes
their
that they
right
said
mind
before
could
would be the
believe
number
a
of nukes
psych
necessary
ward
to
Charlie
actually
Brown could
destroy
save
the
the
Earth,
world.
like obliterate it from existence.
Do you mean move all matter from outside of the orbital field that was the Earth? Because it'll recongeal back into the Earth eventually.
That's
Or do you
not-
mean just make it inhospitable to human life, or...
Well, you just described two things, which are not
Oh,
destroy
hey,
the
there's a
Earth.
frame that describes me. I talk too much, I'm annoying.
Maybe that
I was saying, the two things you said are not destroy the Earth. Earth reforming later means it was destroyed. It has to reform. Making it inhospitable is not destroying the Earth. That's destroying the surface of the Earth.
And I can't think of anything more pleasurable than punching so hard my name becomes a byword for literally unbeatable. The dude is the undisputed king of broken anime characters. Because until Saitama finds his equal, he's gonna end all his fights.
And there's still nerds on the internet power scaling him. Like right now.
Popeye the Sailor Man, hero, adventurer, sailor, man.
Oh, two against one, huh? How do you like that?
Ah, he's not defeated, he's already lost.
Marlboro factories every day. And if you ever wanted to know what angry cat sex sounds like, he can sing.
I'm Popeye the Sailor Man.
How exactly do you know? Never mind. Popeye's origins are humble. Born to the cruelly named Poop Deck Pappy, Popeye was, immediately upon birth, horrifically ugly. So ugly, his father fled in embarrassment of his spawn and never returned.
Oh, that's so
Popeye grew up with a
depressing.
chip on his shoulder and a pop in his eye, especially after discovering his higher calling, beating the snot out of people.
Don't worry, Popeye's fists are righteous, only spilling the snot of those who deserve it. Inspired by his adopted father, Whaler Joe, Popeye set out to put his combat prowess to the test and join the Navy, becoming a true sailor man.
It was there he learned the sweet science of boxing and to battle against World War II era racial stereotypes. I'm being non-specific, not just for sensitivity, but because there are so many examples.
Originating in the era of rubber hose animation, Popeye's body is essentially made of, well, rubber, able to stretch, twist, squish, and squash any way he likes.
Or rev up his arm for a punch that'll knock you around the planet.
Popeye's
I mean,
punches
if
are
that's the play they're gonna go with here, why didn't they go Popeye versus Monkey D. Luffy?
like turning
So you
Yeah, that
sea,
would actually almost be a very perfect fit, right?
sea pirate Rubber Man versus
I don't even want to know.
I think
Popeye
Reed's
the
pretty
Sailor
simple
Man.
is, he's a cartoon. He can
Yeah.
basically do whatever he wants. He can shoot fire from his corn cob.
Both of them all about fighting and being very strong, very similar themes going on here.
Even give the sun a black eye.
Is
Judging by the
gave the
Popeye
sun a
shonen?
black eye, the thing we already mentioned in the first.
striker puck to reach it, the puck must have been moving at 500 times the speed of light. In order to generate that force, Popeye must have swung his fist just as fast.
And as it
Hell,
goes
he
through
did
the atmosphere,
Shadowbox
all
so
life is
fast,
annihilated.
Somehow occupied two places at once and hit himself.
So, was he just born this way? Is being ugly the secret to pulling insane bullshit superpowers out of your ass? Because if so, you might want to get on that, buddy.
Ha ha, no. The secret to Popeye's immense physical strength is simply the virtue of nutrition.
I knew you'd find a way to make it lame.
Specifically, Popeye has spent his life consuming a miracle herb that has turned him from a mere sailor into a veritable god. Spinach.
Propaganda straight from the bean counters at Big
I'ma say it right here, spinach is better than lettuce. Fight me.
I don't like either, so.
Originating in Persia, Spinacia oleracea is a leafy green nutrient and antioxidant-rich vegetable that can help prevent cancer and reduce blood pressure.
And apparently imbue your biceps with the power of God and anime.
While a normal can
Ah,
of
if
spinach
only.
contains about 44 calories, when used in Popeye's world, its effects are multiplied. Not only does it immediately increase Popeye's already impressive strength and speed even further, it makes him virtually impervious to harm.
It lets him fly, turn invisible, shapeshift his body into literally anything.
But I guess the crazy bit is that anybody in Popeye's world could literally just eat spinach, and they just choose not to.
Yeah, that's kind of weird itself. So, where's the episode where Popeye shows up at Hiroshima one day?
Popeye was fine. Why? Because he eats his spinach.
I wonder what its nutritional content is like. Let's find out with math.
No!
A single can of spinach in Popeye's world was once able to grow a beanstalk so tall it reached into outer space, all the way to a nearby solar system, and shattered this stylized yellow star. By measuring the volume of this spinach stalk and including the caloric density of regular spinach, we can calculate one single can of Popeye's spinach contains over 46 undecillion calories. That's over 700 octillion times greater than the total calories the average person will consume over their entire life.
That's over 46 million Yoda tons of TNT. Enough to destroy
Calories to TNT. You saw it here first, everybody.
Here's the thing, though, is that they're giving Popeye math, which usually means that Saitama will win.
Yes.
That his numbers are unmeasurable, therefore... Which is, again, why would
that's
you...
the whole point.
It's saying, why would you then put the two against each other, then?
Rocket ship so fast it travels backwards in time? Yeah, because that happened. I only know of one type of herb that
The fight is gonna last 2 seconds, they immediately hit fists, and everything explodes.
I'm still waiting for the day where two people are such out-of-the-world fighters that Chuck Norris and Sega Satao is going to come back.
And then they get beaten up.
Painting them into reality, or just waving his hand. The dude has literally been disintegrated into nothingness. Then his nothingness grabbed a spinach can out of nowhere and ate it. Nothing ate it. His nothing. And then he came back with his... I don't know.
He can even punch so
Told you,
hard
cartoon.
he tears the film strip
Yeah, I
that
know,
he's
that's
animated
great.
on, or exit his cartoon to beat the shit out of his own animator.
So Popeye's basically fought two different versions of God and whooped their asses. You know, he's a pretty chill broski, considering he's basically a...
Oh, right, there was a live-action movie at some point, wasn't there?
Yeah, Robin Williams.
So if you decide to antagonize him, be aware you're messing with one of cartoon's all-time heavyweight champions. And, for your own sake, eat your fucking vegetables. All right, the combatants are set. We've run the data through all...
The perfect silhouette of Saitama there.
Feel those winter blues? Check out BetterHelp.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp Online Therapy.
We talk about BetterHelp a lot on this show, and this month we're discussing some of the stigmas around mental health.
A shocking amount of people still think going to therapy means...
I'm trying to think of a funny pun here, but you know what? If it comes to mental health, there's no funny joke. Just go do it, everybody.
To utilize before things get worse, to help you learn how to avoid those lows.
So if you're struggling with anything at all, BetterHelp...
Also, drink lots of water. Also, part of nutrition.
Online therapy that offers video, phone, and even live chat sessions with your therapist. So
Like
you don't have
that.
to see anyone on camera if you don't want to.
It's much more affordable than in-person therapy, and you can be matched with a therapist in under 48 hours.
Give it a try and see why over 2 million people have used BetterHelp Online therapy.
Just enjoy the advertisement.
And Death Battle viewers get 10% off.
What is there to say? We know what's coming.
That's
It's gonna be one punch, it's over.
BetterHelp.com/deathbattle. But right now, it's
That punch is gonna take 10 minutes, by the way.
It seemed like an important enough message, why should I talk over it?
Oh man, the scrap's always so expensive. No thanks.
Guys, can't stand no one bad-mouthing me spinach. Put it in this big palooka.
Whatever.
Yeah, messing with this grocery shopping looks pretty normal.
Well, blow me down. Ya ain't got a scratch on yas.
I know, right? Overwhelming strength is so boring.
I can't read that.
Can't read that.
And it's over.
No, remember, he pulled himself back from nothingness.
I know. It's 10 more minutes, by the way. There we
Then
go.
they
That's how
also
this is gonna
they
go.
also described him as being strong enough to time travel somehow. So
Okay.
A little bit more interesting now.
No, it's not ending in one punch now.
yeah, but Popeye can move so fast to do the same thing too. So
Yeah. Now we're just in silly cartoon land. Oh hey, look, we changed animation.
You sure is one crazy gazookas.
I'm just a guy who's a hero for fun. Who the hell are you?
Yep, I am what I am, and that's all what I am.
that's the theme song.
Yeah.
What do you know? How am I gonna get back home?
Popeye just gets launched into space and he's stuck. I do love the overblown ridiculousness of this at the very least.
And the changing art styles. It's very much a return of Chuck Norris versus Sega Satao in the insanity.
Oh, they're gonna have the same ending. I think you're actually completely on the money.
Amazing! This is amazing! How did you get so strong?
It's me spinach.
I
Just
thought
unanimate the world.
I thought they were gonna go back to like the original hand drawing type stuff.
Can this be? My heart's beating so fast.
Ah crap! He's about to win.
I can feel them again.
That's all I can stand, 'cause I can't stand no more.
I don't figure Saitama was gonna give the "this is all I've been waiting for" speech unless he was about to win.
A serious fight. I found it! Thank you, weird spinach mascot.
Ah no, he dropped his groceries.
He took a big gamble, but now he is scrambled. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man.
There we go,
This is-
cartoon logic.
Not a copyright song, I
So
guess.
that fight was over easy? Wait, except isn't Saitama's whole gag that he can't lose?
It is, but it's more nuanced than that. Despite breaking his limiter, Saitama's strength isn't limitless. He's said so himself.
Breaking his limiter meant his potential strength was likely infinite, but there's nothing left in his world powerful enough to push him to get stronger, like a bodybuilder stuck with 5-pound dumbbells.
He also doesn't possess some magical ability to kill someone in one punch regardless of effort.
He's just really
Powerful
strong.
Adversaries like Boros and Garo have survived his blows repeatedly, albeit briefly, and he's never met anyone quite like Popeye the Sailor Man.
According to the mangaka, One Punch Man's gag is that
Oh gosh,
Saitama
that's
is
what the
an
writer
actual
looks like.
sadness at the end of his series, slapped in at the
Oh, he looks like he's
beginning of his
18.
series, where he's too strong to have a challenge.
So, if we know Saitama's strength does have a limit, what is it?
We know he can deflect Boros' planet-destroying blast, but he was clearly super casual about it. He may have called it his serious punch, but that's the joke. He's only now getting kind of serious.
In order to get as generous a number as possible, let's assume Saitama was exerting the least amount of effort he could to throw that punch. Since he's still technically a human, we can assume the ratio between the least amount of effort possible and the most is relatively consistent with other humans.
We'll give that a fair
He burned
shot.
the equivalent of only 1 calorie relative to the strongest punch ever recorded, which was over 1,000 joules. For reference, the average person burns about 1 calorie a minute doing absolutely nothing. So this is assuming Saitama is literally as casual as physically possible.
That'd make his strongest punch about 200 times greater than his weakest. Using Boros' energy blast as a base, Saitama's theoretical strongest punch would be over 11 yotatons of TNT.
It's hard to measure that, though, because you can't really tell what he cares about and what he doesn't care about.
Well, that's impressive, but that's still far less than Popeye's star-busting power, which was millions of times greater. Sure, this is only an estimate. We don't know Saitama's full strength exactly. But the point is, whatever it may be, it can be measured.
That's right, but trying to compare
And meanwhile,
it with
Popeye's literally just an animated god straight
While
up.
Saitama can break his world fairly easily, it's still a semi-realistic world that generally obeys the laws of physics.
Popeye in his world, on the other hand, can't really be measured at all. The dude's occupied 2 places at the same time, ripped the film strip he's animated on, and knocked out the guy drawing him. Can't do math to figure that out. Popeye's just on a whole other level of bullshit.
Even if Saitama was strong enough to kill Popeye in 1 punch, Popeye has survived being fully disintegrated, only to recover good as new. Hell, God turned off all of reality and Popeye just ignored it.
And on the flip side, there was nothing stopping Popeye from just turning Saitama into a bunch of eggs, which he can do without spinach. So even if Popeye was weaker...
Oh yeah, that
he'll
silly
have a way to
animated thing
finish the
where he
job
breaks
in
someone
1
into a
punch.
million
Saitama was
pieces.
easily one of the strongest combatants we've ever seen, but pure strength was no match for Popeye's insane power, survivability, and plain old cartoon shenanigans.
If you thought nothing could
Well, I
match
said,
the
it's
One
Cartoon
Punch
World.
Man, now you know, Popeye's spinach can.
Well, that's what I get for making a safe bet.
Well, I guess it played out well that I went first last time, because I would have picked Saitama this time. So-
Wait, it's in my contract to win, so I bet on Popeye. Aha! That's how
Oh,
it
you didn't
goes.
sign the contract. That's your fault.
Oh no, my laziness, it caught up with me. I didn't actually sign anything. Ooh, what do we got up here? Oh, they're just advertising Season 9. Hell yeah. March 2022, are you excited for March 2022?
Well, we've already added one to the wheel that they did for Season 9, so...
More to the point, that was last month. And this is, in fact, last year's episode. Yep.
Yep.
Well, still, that was a ton of fun. You won, so I get to pick a second time, and maybe I'll get one today.
Yeah, can
We'll
I
see.
pull a 3 out of 3 streak?
Let's find out.
Entirely dependent on you.
Right? Yeah, it's all up to me and how stupid I am.
Yep.
Alright, so, I'm Griffin, that's Theta, and this has been Stoneface Reactions, everybody. We'll catch you all next time. Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below, and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?